everyone, I'm your old friend Max. Pimax Play EVO gets another update. This time we are bringing two core new features, FOV crop and screen mirror, plus some fine-tuned love for QuadView. A bunch of the issues you guys have been reporting are also fixed in this release. If you know us, you know EVO is built step by step from real feedback from hardcore players. Our goal from day one has been simple: serve the heavy users, the one who really get VR. Every suggestion you post in the forums, in the community groups, we read them all. EVO is also a sign of Pimax attitude. We want to talk with players more, bridge the gap and grow the VR ecosystem together. So in this video I will take you through the big stuff in this update, quick and to the point. Let's dive right in. Let's quickly recap what QuadView is. As we've talked about before, in VR your eye only has one sharp focus point. Everything else is peripheral. So QuadView's core idea is render where you're looking at in full detail, blur the edges and save your GPU's horsepower. But honestly, we got a lot of feedback saying QuadView wasn't that easy to use before. People said it felt off between the left and right eyes and the adjustment points were limited, and it was hard to dial in that sweet spot where both eyes feel comfortable. So in this EVO update, we gave QuadView a proper overhaul. First, control is more flexible now. Before you could only adjust globally. Now we have two modes: Quick for a fast setup and Fine for per eye tweaks. Quick gets you started fast, while Fine lets you fine-tune left and right eye parameters independently until everything clicks perfectly. Second, the transition algorithm got an upgrade. We've added multiple transition mode options for the blend between blurred and sharp areas. You can choose a smoother or crisper transition depending on your preferences. We also added a new transparent style transition that makes the edge blending even softer. You'll feel the difference as soon as you try it. Personally, when I play DCS, I love turning this on. I first stretch the sharp zone to cover the center and the instrument panel. Then I tweak the transition so the peripheral area feels smooth and natural. When I look up at the sky or glance down at the gauges, everything stays clear. And when I whip my head around, the edge transition feels battery, no harsh cuts. Best part, the GPU doesn't have to work as hard, and all that saved power goes straight into higher frame rates and sharper details. I'd love to hear your own tips in the comments. Share how you use it in your favorite games. Next up, FOV crop, one of the biggest game changers in this update. Quick heads up, FOV crop and QuadView are mutually exclusive. Turn one on and the system will prompt you to turn off the other. You can only pick one. Both save GPU power, but in a totally different ways. QuadView keeps rendering the whole image, just at a lower quality at the edges. FOV crop, on the other hand, literally chops off the edges at the rendering source. The parts you don't look at simply don't get rendered at all. One optimizes the picture, the other subtracts from the source. The gain crop is more direct and more brute force. So who benefits the most? Flight sim and racing sim players, you are the biggest winners here. Flight simmers can take the extra performance and crank up visual settings, making instrument dials readable without leaning in. Racers can get smoother, more stable frame rates, which means sharper response when you are fighting for a position at high speed. Let me use my favorite example, Assetto Corsa. My test rig RTX 4070 16GB RAM headset is Dream Air. With crop off, the game runs around 60 FPS, but in racing, your visual focus is mostly on the horizontal plane. You just need to see the road ahead, the mirrors, and maybe the dash. So I chopped off the excess top and bottom areas, and boom, frame rate jumped straight to over 80 FPS. That's nearly 30% boost, and in racing games that gap is night and day. You'll find the new FOV crop section in the left navigation bar of the client. Click in and start adjusting. And by the way, the placement and interaction of this feature were actually tweaked based on feedback from our beta testers. So if you have ideas, speak up, we really do listen. Third, screen mirror, a creator's best friend. Now let's talk about something that's huge for streamers and content creators. Screen mirror. Before this, when you played VR, spectators couldn't see what you saw inside the headset. They just watched you flail around in the air. Total disconnect. For streamers and creators, it was even more painful. You had to rely on the game's own preview window, bad quality, weird aspect ratio, no resize options. Anyone who's used that knows the frustration. And on the top of that, the game window and recording tools were all mixed up on your desktop. You'd spend ages just setting up before hitting record. This July 17th update brings screen mirror to fix all of that. Now, in the EVO client, under the screen left nav, there is a new screen mirror section. One click and it launches an independent mirror window. This window pulls the exact final image from the headset. What you see is exactly what the mirror shows, same quality. It even displays the VR system setting overlay, which is a massive time saver for tutorial makers. And it's a standard Windows window. Pin it, minimize, maximize, drag to resize. OBS can capture it directly with zero extra setup, ready for streaming or recording right away. One small note, screen mirror and video recording are mutually exclusive. Turning one on will automatically close the other one. That's because both call the headset's visual resources and running them together could interfere. But in daily use, you won't need both at the same time, so it's not a big deal. Alright, that covers the three core features of the July 17th update: QuadView fine-tuning, FOV crop, and screen mirror. We also fixed two annoying bugs. Integrated GPU couldn't record video and mouse stutter on some systems. Both squashed. Honestly, many EVO's features were born from your feedback and even your complaints. So whether it's features requests or bug reports, just hit the feedback button inside the client or leave a message on our official channels. We really do read every single one. Finally, for everything I mentioned today, full benchmark, detailed tutorials, and maybe a few surprises you wouldn't guess. So if you don't want to miss it, make sure to follow us. That's it for the video. If there is anything else you want me to test, drop it in the comments. I'll see you next time. Cheers!